sounds to continue. Inshallah. So we continue what to do once a person dies. We mentioned 5 things last time. We mentioned the last 3 today, inshallah, which is if he died on the floor or something, you have to raise him, put him on a bed or something high. Don't leave him on the floor. Okay, if a person died on the floor, put him in a bed or something high. Now we covered him with a sheet, right? Last time we talked about covering him with a sheet. This sheet will cover his aura and cover everything. All his clothes should be taken off, and you should put on a qamis or thaw if he has something, a dress that covers the whole body. Something like what I'm wearing, something that covers the whole body in one piece. And you raise it up to his waist. When you do that, you raise it up to his waist, so that he's covered with the sheet. He's not covered with the thaw. Even his aura is not covered with the thaw. You don't want this thaw to get dirty. If something comes out from his stomach, you don't want it to get dirty. So you cover him with the sheet, and you put on the thaw, but you raise it up to the waist. Okay, everything, all other clothes is taken off. And then.
Can you explain again? Say again. I don't understand.
The person is covered with a sheet.
Yes.
All his clothes is taken off.
Yes. Okay.
Put on a thaw.
Okay.
On the top
of the sheet.
No, let him get wear a thaw,
yeah,
but only up to his stomach.
Okay.
So don't pull it down unless you are moving him or something, transferring him. Then you put it, but you don't want this to get dirty immediately.
And the rest of it is still the sheet.
He's covered with the sheet. Yes,
okay.
The rest is covered with the sheet. And even after you put on the thaw, we cover him again with the sheet, like cover his face again with the sheet. Yeah, okay. Cover him completely with the sheet again.
So basically, qamis. Put
qamis up to the waist. Yeah. The last point, which is a point we mentioned before, if he died, for example, on his right or left or something, you put him towards the back, and again you raise his head towards the qibla, like the same position. Yes, like his feet are towards the qibla, his head is a little bit high towards the qibla. That's the position after death.
When he sits like this, right?
Yeah, the best when he's dying is on his right. But now, after he died, because you want to put something heavy in the stomach, so you have to put him on his back, and you raise his head towards the qibla like that. Okay. So these are the things that are done immediately after death. The next question is, who should do all the above steps?
The rule for the ihram will tell separate later on.
The rule of ihram, basically the rule of ihram is there are certain things that shouldn't be covered in ihram. So you shouldn't cover it even after the person dies. So for the woman, the face, you should not cover the face, and for the man, there's other things that are studied in Hajj usually. These things should not be covered. Who should do all the above steps? Closest relatives. Men for men, and women for women. If not, then spouse comes next. If not, then men that are actually opposite. Let's make it shorter. Opposite genders that are mahram. Okay, so that's the rule here. Um, so the who should do this? The closest relative, men for men and women for women. If not, then the spouses. So that's in that order, right? So that's the preferably men that are closest relative, for example, the son or the brother or the father or something like that, in the order of how close they are, and women for women. If there is no man, for example, around, and a woman passed away or the opposite, then the spouse should take care of that. If not, if the spouse is not able to do it or cannot do it or something, then opposite gender that are mahram. So the brother does it for the sister, or the father does it for the daughter, or and so on, or for the mother, or something like that. If not, then next comes general. If not, then general men for men. Last resort. Uh, Last resort is if not like if all this doesn't exist, but usually you never get to. Maybe I just mentioned it by word. If all this doesn't exist, then a stranger man can do it for a woman, or a stranger woman can do it for a man, with the rule that he doesn't touch the skin directly, and she doesn't touch the skin directly, and also she does it using without looking at, which is very hard, without looking at any part of the body. So you don't touch the skin directly, and you don't look at any part of the body. That's in the, if all this doesn't exist, or they are all not willing to do it or something, then comes that. But without touching the skin directly, and without looking at any part of the body directly.
The
Hmm?
question is after.
No, we can ask now, because next is going to be the ghusl,
Right,
the bath.
because
Yeah.
the difference between the first and the third preference, what is the difference between when you say men for men and women for women?
Yeah, here, the first one, so this is brother for brother, sister for sister.
Or
That's the first one. Brother for brother, sister for sister. Or brother for son, or as a father for son and son for father. Mother for daughter and daughter for. That's the first one. The third one is father for daughter and mother for son,
daughter for father.
daughter for father, like that.
Okay. That
That's,
makes sense.
so that's the difference here.
And that comes, but the spouse comes first.
The spouse comes first. Yes.
Before it goes to the opposite sex, the spouse comes first.
Yes.
This makes sense.
Yeah.
And so, and assuming this is all Muslims,
Yes. Assuming that these are all Muslims. Yes.
because here we encounter this a lot. Abdul Bar is doing a lot of them because there are no Muslim relatives.
Yeah. He can do it as I mentioned, but on the only condition, maybe I write it down so that we have it written also. If not, then a stranger, opposite. Is the right way to say opposite sex?
Yeah. Yes.
Opposite sex, but no direct touching.
Yeah.
No direct touching, and lower the gaze as much as possible. Lower gaze, or do not look at lower gaze as much as possible.
Protect the kids.
Yeah. That is the last resort. Okay, we can. I think there's no time to move on to something else. Next time, inshallah, we'll talk about the ghusl. Inshallah, next time we cover. We'll cover the bath. Yeah, we stop here. Inshallah, any questions online?